Do you have problem for understanding these commands? How to operate them? Which command exactly to choose from this? How these are different from each other? How to reduce your modeling time? Then you are in the right place. This video is intended to teach you this toolbar sketch based features. First I will get you through quick introduction of this toolbar. The first command you are looking at is the pad command. In this command you have 2D section and you stretch it along certain direction to create your solid volume. The second command you are looking at is the pocket command. In pad you add the material, in pocket you remove the material or you cut the material. This pocket command is exactly opposite of the pad command. Let me tell you that once you learn pad command, then you have already learned the pocket command. Next command is shaft command. In this command we have section and we revolve it along certain axis to create your solid volume. It is used to create a round shape like a shaft. Then the next command is the groove command. As like pocket command, this is exactly opposite of shaft command. In shaft we add the material, in a groove we remove the material or we cut the material. Next command is the hole command. You can do all your drilling operations using this command, like plain hole, threaded hole, counter bore hole, or different type of holes. You can find all type of hole in this command. Next command is the rip command. This command is actually used to create your solid volume along certain curve. It actually takes your section and let it run along that curve to create your solid volume. Next command is slot command. It is exactly reverse of the rip command. In rip command we add the material and in slot command we remove the material. Next command is the solid combine. I have made another video on this command and you can check this on my channel. The next command you are looking at is the multi-section solid. In earlier commands what we have seen is we have one section and we used to translate it along certain direction, or we will revolve it, or we let it run across a guide curve. But what if we have different sections and we want to create a solid between these sections? Then we have advanced command called multi-section solid. I have made a detailed video on this command and you can also find it on this channel. Then the last command is remove multi-section solid. I haven't made any video on this. This is your homework and you have to try it by yourself. If you have any doubt you can comment below and I'll be happy to help you. If you succeed in executing this command, then take the snapshot of your screen and just comment below. Okay, now let's start with the actual practice. Once you start your CATIA, you will see this screen. This is the default file that will open. This is the assembly file. You need to close it from here and go in the start menu, and for part drafting you need to go in a mechanical design and select part design. Give your file name and say OK. Now you can find your sketch based feature toolbar on your screen, and if this is the sketch based feature toolbar, and if you can't find it like this, if you can't find it, then you can easily go through view toolbars and find your sketch based features. Okay, we will first see this pad command. Go in the sketcher, select any plane, draw your sketch. Then constrain your sketch. What do you mean by constraining the sketch? Constraining means actually we are fixing the sketch in given space. Once we constrain the sketch, we cannot move it along or we drag it along the sheet. But if we haven't constrained the sketch, like if you delete this dimension and try to drag it, you can see that our sketch is moving. So when we are actually modeling, then we have to make sure that our sketch is properly constrained so that no one can alter the shape of our model. The only way to alter the shape of our model is to delete the lines or to change the dimensions. It is a standard practice to constrain the sketch in industry. Now exit your workbench. Now go in the pad command. This form will open. Now it will ask you two things. First thing is profile or surface selection. Here you can select your sketch, which is your profile. By using this profile, you want to create your solid volume. So select this profile, and this is the length by which you are going to stretch this profile. You can put your dimensions here. Or you can just enter, say OK. This is how you can create your solid volume using pad command. If you expand this tree, you can see that first command what we have generated is pad command. If you double click this solid volume, you can edit this command by changing its dimensions. Okay. Now there are various options in this pad command, like mirror extend. Mirror extend is actually used when you have to create stretch your section in both the directions. Okay, in this direction and this direction. Or if you want to stretch the sketch in this dimension for 70 mm, and if you want to stretch the same section in other direction for 20 mm, then you can simply extend this pad definition, deselect this mirror extend and put 20 here. Say preview. Now you can see the section is stretched along this direction by 70 mm and stretched along this direction by 20 mm. This thick command is actually used to give thickness to your sketch. So this thickness 1 is the inside thickness and thickness 2 is the outside thickness. So if you keep this default thickness and say preview, then you can see that our sketch is stretched along a direction, and also it has created a thickness. Okay, if you unhide this sketch, you can see that the thickness, inside thickness is 1 mm, what we have given earlier. If you double click this and this give outside thickness of 2 mm, then this will add outside thickness of 2 mm. If you select this neutral fiber, is exactly same as this mirror extent. I will show you. If you select this neutral fiber, then this will add thickness of 1 mm, like half mm this side, half mm that side. Okay, you can measure it like this line and this line. Its total thickness is 1 mm. Okay, in this command you can also find different options for stretching your object, like up to next, up to last, up to plane, up to surface. When you are stretching your section along certain direction, then you may need to use these options also. In I will show you. Okay, first we'll alter this section. Now you need to constrain the sketch, but for now, to save our time, we are not going to constrain the sketch. Okay, so exit your workbench. Now we'll see these options like up to next and all these options. Okay, so we need to first create another section on this plane. Exit the workbench. Now go in pad command, select your section. Now we don't know exact distance between this plane and this plane, so in this case we cannot put the length by which we want to extend this section. So we'll just go in this list and select up to next. It's a preview. Okay, this is how you can use this up to next option. Go in pad command, select this section. Now if you select up to next, you can observe that this section is stretched up to this next plane only. Say preview. Okay, now if you want to stretch this section up to this plane, then you have to select another option, that is up to last. Okay, so that your section will be extended to last plane in its perpendicular or normal direction. Okay. Now I will show you this option, up to plane. It is actually clear from the name itself that you can simply choose your plane up to which plane you want to extend this section, but I will show you when this is actually useful. So alter all sketch. When you select the section, and if you want to extend this section or stretch this section up to this plane, then you cannot select up to next, or if you select up to next, it will only stretch your section up to this plane. If you select up to last, you can only stretch this section up to this plane. But if you select up to plane and select this plane, then you can properly control how much solid volume you want to create along this direction. Now we will look at this last option, that is up to surface. Now we will first create the condition to execute this command. Okay, To lessen your time of modeling, you can quickly go in pad command, select this icon and select your plane. You can draw your sketch. Exit the workbench, change the direction, say OK. Now select your pad command, select your section. Now if you want to stretch this section up to this surface, then you need to choose this up to surface command. If you choose this up to plane command, you cannot select this surface because this is the surface, not plane. Most of the people does this mistake that they choose up to plane and try to select this surface. So you need to be sure while choosing the options. Choose up to surface, select your surface, say OK. This is how you can create your solid volume by using pad command. Now, as you already know that this next command is the pocket command, which is exactly opposite of the pad command. If you open this, you can see same toolbar, same options. You can see mirror, more, thickness, everything is same, but the only difference is in this command you actually remove the material. Just go in the sketcher, select your plane, draw your profile, exit the workbench, choose the depth of your cut, then say preview, OK. This is how you can execute this command. And then in this command also you can find same options as I said earlier. You can if you want to see up to next, you can simply say up to next and say preview, or simply if you delete this pad, go in pocket, select this, change the direction, say up to last, then you can see that it is cutting your solid along that direction. If you say up to next, it will only give you one cut along that direction. Now let's see this shaft command. Up till now what we have seen is we have section and we stretch it along certain direction, but when we have section and we want to revolve it around certain axis, then we use this shaft command. First we need a section, so go in sketcher, select your plane, draw your profile, close the profile, exit the workbench, go in shaft command. First you need to select your section here, select your section, then choose the axis around which you want to revolve this section. Choose your axis, so the error was your sketch, whatever you have drawn should be closed, so we need to check that our sketch is closed or not. This point is closed, yeah. Select your 2 points by clicking Control, then go is this constraint define, select coincidence, say OK. Exit the workbench, select shaft command section, then select your axis, say preview. If you double click it, you can edit this command. By default this angle is 360 degree. If you reduce it or change it, then you can see that you can revolve your section by 309 degrees, or you can put any value here. You can add second angle. Second angle is actually, if you see your sketch is here. You have rotated the sketch along this direction. If you put the second angle as 70 degree, you can rotate the same section along other direction also. This command also comes with the same options, that is thick profile. If you select this thick profile, put this 1 mm thickness, you can see that it has revolved your section by giving thickness of 1 mm. Then the next command is the groove command. This is exactly same as the shaft command, but in this command you actually cut the material. So I will quickly show you how to use this command. Just draw your sketch, exit the workbench. Now let me tell you that you can revolve this section along any axis. So to show you this, I will create an axis in another sketch. Please make sure that your axis should be in other sketch. Exit the workbench, select groove, select your section, select this line as your axis, put your angle, say OK. Now you have used the same command, but you have removed the material, and now this command is called as groove command. Now we will see the next command, that is the hole command. You can do all your drilling operations by using this command. If you select this command, then this will ask you to choose your plane on which you want to create your hole. Select the plane, then here you can find an option that is positioning sketch. Select this icon. Here you can find your point. This point is where you are actually going to create your hole. So you can constrain this point. Okay. Exit the workbench. Now you have positioned your hole. First option is the blind hole. This is where you can create your plane hole, give the diameter of your hole and depth of your hole, say preview and OK. This is how you can use this command. Here you have different options. This is the flat hole. You can see in this section. If you choose V bottom, then this will create deep to point hole. You can also set the angle of that V section. Okay. Now you can see it clearly. We have created a V section hole. If you change it to flat bottom, it will give flat bottom hole. Okay. Then if you extend this, you can find the same options, that is up to next, up to last. If you select up to next, for example, you can drill a hole up to next plane. Now if you go in this tab, that is the type, then you can find different type of holes. Tapered hole, where you can, if you put an angle here, then you can drill a taper hole. Then counter bore, counter sunk, counter drill. Okay. If you want a threaded hole, you can go in threaded definition, select a threaded hole, choose your type as simple hole, go in the threaded hole, select a threaded hole, then choose your type, metric thin pitch or metric thick pitch. If you select a metric thick pitch, then choose M, what you want to drill for, say M36, say preview, say okay. Now in this CATIA, you cannot see the threads in your 3D model, but when you draft this model, you can see the threaded symbol in drafting. Okay, so no need to worry if you cannot see the threads when you created a threaded hole. Okay, you can always choose your thread depth and hole depth, select the options which type of hole you want, a right threaded or left threaded, and say okay. Now this is the rip command. When we have a section and we want to create a solid along a certain curve or spine, then we need to use this rip command, because in pad command we just have a section and we translate it along a straight direction. In shaft command we translate it along or we revolve it around axis. In these commands we cannot create a solid by stretching that section along a guide curve. So let's look at this command. Create your input sections. Now we have all the input values. Okay, so go in the rep command. This will ask you to select your profile. This profile is actually your close section which you want to move along this guide curve. So this profile should be your section, not this guide curve. Okay, So select your profile, select your center curve. Now the error is selected profile and center curve lead to a twist configuration. Use a center curve with smaller curvature. So this error is actually occurred because the solid that is created along this sharp edge is not proper, it is twisted in shape, so we need to alter our sections. So go in the sketcher, reduce your section, exit the workbench, select your rip command, select your section, then center curve, say preview. This is how you can create your solid volume by using the rip command. This gives you freedom of creating a solid along a guide curve or center curve, you can say. Then the next command is the slot command, and this is exactly reverse or opposite of the rip command. We will use the same center curve but different section. So create the section, exit the workbench, go in the slot command. The same definition is open, but the only function of this slot definition is it will remove your material. Okay, so select your section, select your center curve, say preview. So this is how you can use these tools to create your solid volume. The next command is the solid command, and I have created different video on this command. Another command is the multi-section solid. Then on this also I have created a different detailed video, and the last command is the remove multi-section solid, and this is your own job to execute this command. Okay, so thank you guys, thank you very much. If you really like this video and want to be updated for my upcoming videos, then you can simply subscribe this channel. Thank you very much.